Welcome back to Owlchemist Tarot, serving tarot straight up. So this is your general weekly reading for September 12th through the 18th. I've already pulled the overview card on TikTok. So we're going to dive into that again, but also see what's going on maybe for, love, career, money, and anything else you need to know. And again, time is fluid, and this will not be for all of you, okay? So, don't fret if it's not. Maybe something else will pop up for you later down in another reading. The biggest thing is that the message that came out first and foremost without the cards was some of you need to be really careful about oversharing information right now. There's a lot of people who are around you, even close to you, maybe even in your inner circle. That can be colleagues, family, friends, who truly deep down don't necessarily want you to succeed. And that's a hard pill to swallow, because in our minds, we always think that the people who support us, quote unquote, would always want us to hit all of our milestones and cheer us on to the finish line. But that is just not always the case. So it's really a good rule of thumb right now to any new relationship that you're starting, career change, new job, any ideas or something that you're getting super excited or passionate about. It's good right now to kind of just keep the lid on it, because you are in manifestation mode, receiving mode with the Empress card that came out. This is the overview, which is beautiful. This is creation, new beginnings, you stepping into that next cycle. And for so many of you, if you start to share, it's really more so that people around you are going to start to become negative and say certain things and make you doubt yourself, which could create more obstacles or delay a lot of the things that are coming into your life. So this is the time to really trust yourself and kind of not cocoon in, but in a way, don't overshare, because stay a mystery, right? This is obviously the strongest example for divine feminine energy and you stepping into your power and embracing. And again, they keep using that word receiving mode. You're receiving everything that's coming in, and it's really an exciting time for a lot of you. But you're going to start to notice that people are going to change their attitude and their behavior once you start to manifest and achieve things in your 3D and things that you can touch, feel, and see, right? You're going to look different. You're going to feel different. You're just going to people are going to notice this vibe about you, which is wonderful, but they see on the surface, right? But they don't see and they don't know is all the hard work you've had to put in, and all the adjusting and crying and frustrations and, really looking at yourself and making big changes. A lot of these individuals who are around you who come off as supportive but really truly don't want you to win, they're not at a place right now, and hopefully they will catch on that they're not willing to do that hard work like you have, okay? And it's not a race, everybody's on their own journey, but you are kind of hitting this higher level of, I earned this, I deserve this, I'm worthy, I'm wealthy, I'm beautiful, I'm smart, I'm charming, all these things, right? And it's starting to show. But just be very careful what you share right now, because again, not everybody wants to see you win, and that is very unfortunate. So let's go ahead and pull a couple cards around money, career, and then even relationships, and let's see what's going on. And maybe a card on maybe some things that you might want to keep in mind, obstacles. Oh, okay. Well, 2 cards came out, so we'll go ahead and honor that. We have the Devil card and the 5 of Wands for around money. So, I think the biggest thing is that money's energy. And when a lot of readers say that, most people are like, shut up. And yes, you need money to live. You need money to pay your bills and to have food and all those things. Yes. But this is not... It's getting away, and I think, again, you've done so much work because you've hit this Empress energy of not backtracking and allowing money to control you, because the Devil card is very much that controlling type of energy or obsessive energy where you're maybe even thinking about money, or we're thinking about it a lot. And it created a lot of conflict and frustration, and even inner conflict, maybe around the home with other people, in your relationships across the board. So this is remembering and reminding yourself that you give control not something controlling you. So you are the person who gives the energy into something. You do not allow something to control you. And with the Empress energy, I do feel like for many of you, you're understanding this concept. I think it's still a little bit of a struggle though. It also can mean that, you're putting a little bit more time and effort in how you look, and maybe you're buying a little bit more expensive perfume and embracing your sexuality and all of those things. And remember, the Empress card, this is truly divine feminine energy, but it's not about gender, okay? So it doesn't matter if it's your, she, her, he, him, they, it doesn't matter. It's, it's about you feeling yourself, really, okay? And maybe you're putting a little bit of money and time and effort and a little bit more focus into yourself too. And that, again, might make people feel a certain way. But at the end of the day, money is energy and it doesn't control you. You determine how money flows to you, okay? So career, let's see what's going on. It's been a minute since I've done this type of like structure of a reading. It's nice to change it up. Okay, we have the Eight of Cups in reverse, and we have the Knight of Cups in reverse. So I think career, again, for a lot of you, you are starting to see the bigger picture. And again, making some big changes and ready to receive new opportunities with the Empress card. But the Eight of Cups in reverse is saying that there is a need to walk away. It's no time like the present. And I'm not saying don't be stupid, be smart, be realistic. But in career, for some of you, sometimes you have to look at the bigger picture. Like, is this job a paycheck that's getting me from A to B? Or it's supporting me in the meantime as I work on something, on the side, or building a business or whatever the case is. But it's almost like you have to remind yourself, you have to remove the emotion out of it, and you have to focus and put the energy into things that you actually really want to receive and that you love to do. With the Knight of Cups, it's also reminding yourself that it's not worth your time to be reactive when it comes to emotions about your career. A lot of you, if you're hitting a bump in the road professionally, it could be just a moment in time. And this is, again, a good reminder that it's not all or nothing. Okay. And I think for a lot of you, you entered into maybe your job or the career that you're in with this like huge passion and love for what you do. And that's shifted and changed quite a bit. And maybe you don't know where you are, like how you feel about it. The Knight of Cups can be a little bit emotionally unavailable in this reverse position. Still very immature and kind of like, I just don't know if I have what it takes or if this makes sense for me. And I don't know if I have the ability to feel the way I do here and still have to be creative and produce and perform. So again, I think for many of you that this is the time to start to walk away emotionally and be smart. This is, I never tell anybody just quit your job and say, fuck it. Like, be smart. But I do think that you need to start taking matters in your own hands and start applying for something that actually you do like and that you have passion for. And money will follow, but this is a time happiness over the paycheck in the long run is probably going to be something that you're considering. So let's see what you have for relationships. And this is going to be more on the romantic side, but let's just see what comes up. Oh, wow. Okay, so I do feel like for some of you, these are really wonderful cards, having the Queen of Cups and the Lovers and the Upright. I do think for some of you, you are still struggling a little bit with feeling like if I put myself out there, I put my heart out there again, and wear my heart on my sleeve. And the Queen of Cups is very much that person that is very much like, this is who I am and this is how far I've come, and I'm not, if I get hurt, that's part of it. But the Queen of Cups is also very aware of his or her or their emotions, and they're very solid with that. And again, I think you've done a lot of work with this, hitting into this and stepping into this Empress energy where the Queen of Cups is like, look, I know who I am, and if you don't like it, that's okay. I cry during movies, and I like my hand held, and I like to, get a good morning text, and those are things that matter to me. So really somebody who is comfortable in their own skin and in their own emotions, right? But I think for some of you, based on your history with romantic relationships, is that if I put myself out there, am I going to continue just to get the same, result, or am I going to get hurt again? Am I wasting my time? I don't want to be left out in the cold, and it's kind of like, am I going to find the right person? I feel like there's just that underlining, maybe negative self-talk or doubt, self-belief maybe. The Lover's card is always at its core root a big decision and a big test and a leap of faith. And for many of you, you certainly could have somebody coming in that it could blossom into a very strong relationship, or you could have a very strong connection to. And with the Queen of Cups energy, I feel like a part of you is like, I don't want to move too quickly if that does happen, because I'd rather have and create a slow burn and not have a white hot relationship that just, fizzles really quickly. So what I would tell you is that take it slow, go at your own pace that you feel comfortable with, be who you are, don't hold yourself back, because you know what you want, what you don't want. And I think that's okay to share that and live in that power. And the right person will always come in. Okay. But with the Lover's card, there certainly could be something very, strong, a lot of chemistry, a lot of intimacy, that is coming in for some of you. Okay. So be open and don't close yourself off. But this is also suggesting with the Queen of Cups not to live in your emotions too much and be reactive and completely be heart over head. Okay. There needs to be a healthy balance between head and heart. So let's just pull one more card to see if there's anything that you kind of need to just be aware of. Page of Cups in reverse. So I would say this is the time to not just offer yourself or jump into anything just because it looks good on the surface. That goes for any area of your life. Be a little bit more cautious, a little bit more reserved. And when I say cautious, I just mean that, kind of really take a step back and digest how you feel about something. Kind of really kind of go within a little bit more instead of just, saying yes to anything and everything. Take a step back, really recognize how you feel and what you're intuitively being led toward, and then start to make a decision. Okay. So again, this is not about being reactive in your emotions just because you think that this is like, this will never come again in my life and I have to say yes to it. Not necessarily. You need to really feel every situation out to see if it's the best thing for you. And again, that is that heavy level of discernment that has put you in and pushing you into this Empress energy, This is all about seeing things clearly, knowing yourself in and out, and being okay with where you are because how far you've had to get there, if that makes sense. This is a new cycle of abundance for you. A lot of opportunities are going to be coming in. So again, discernment is really critical to make sure that you're making the right choices for you based on how you feel. Okay. And your intuitive, what you're intuitively being led. So I hope that was worth it. I'm going to get more consistent with these readings. I've been very busy and chaotic and moving and all that good stuff. But nevertheless, thank you so much for watching, and we'll talk real soon.